Life often feels like a current, sometimes gentle, sometimes wild. When the river rages, we're tested not by the water, but by our will to keep swimming. These challenges aren't here to drown us, they reveal who we truly are. The strongest trees grow where the wind is fiercest. Our struggles deepen our roots. Every hardship shapes us, pushing us to grow beyond what we thought possible. When you're caught in the rapids, remember you're not just surviving, you're becoming. Each stroke forward is forging a stronger, more compassionate you. This isn't just about making it through, it's about discovering the unbreakable spirit within. The journey isn't easy, but it's how we find our true strength. You are in the process of becoming your most powerful self. My story began on a small, unassuming farm nestled deep within the heart of Mississippi. It was a place where the days were long, the work was hard, and life's comforts were few and far between. The air hung heavy with the scent of earth and the promise of a harvest that wasn't always guaranteed. I was surrounded by poverty, a constant companion that shaped my understanding of the world. Uncertainty was the only thing we could truly rely on. The weathered house, the dilapidated farm buildings, they were all testaments to the struggles we faced daily, a stark reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. My early years were marked by a sense of instability. I was passed between family members, each home a temporary haven, each goodbye a fresh wound. There was a constant shifting, a feeling of never quite belonging, of always being on the periphery. I was always searching for belonging, for a place to truly call my own, a place where I felt safe and loved. I yearned for the comfort of a stable home, the reassurance of unwavering support. But those things often felt just out of reach. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, my grandmother emerged as a beacon of strength. She taught me resilience, a quality that would become my lifeline in the years to come. She was a woman of few words, but her actions spoke volumes. She didn't lecture or preach. She showed me how to persevere, how to face adversity head-on, not through words, but by example. Her unwavering spirit, her tireless work ethic, these were the lessons that truly resonated. Despite her boundless love and unwavering support, I still faced profound loneliness, a deep ache that seemed to permeate every aspect of my being. And beyond that, I carried the heavy burden of abuse, wounds that scarred my soul and threatened to consume me. In the midst of this turmoil, books became my sanctuary, a refuge from the harsh realities of my life. They opened up new worlds, introduced me to different perspectives, and showed me that my difficult beginning didn't have to be my end. They whispered promises of a brighter future, a future I could create for myself. Through the power of stories, I learned hope, a fragile but persistent flame that flickered within me, and I discovered the power to imagine a different life, a life free from the constraints of my past, a life filled with purpose and meaning. Looking back, I realized that those hardships, those trials and tribulations, weren't a curse designed to break me. They were a crucible, a transformative fire that forged my character. The experience of poverty taught me empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. The crushing weight of loneliness taught me the immeasurable value of human connection, the importance of building meaningful relationships, and offering support to those who are struggling. Even the pain I endured, the darkest chapters of my life, became fuel to speak for others, to advocate for those who have been silenced, to fight for justice and equality. Those early struggles, those formative experiences, ultimately forged my strength, shaped my purpose, and set me on the path to becoming the person I am today. The Mississippi soil was tough, unforgiving, a constant reminder of the challenges we faced. But beneath that hard exterior, it grew something strong in me, a resilience that would allow me to weather any storm. My wounds, once sources of shame and despair, eventually became my wisdom, a wellspring of understanding and compassion. I learned, through the trials and triumphs of my own life, that our beginnings don't define our endings, that we have the power to shape our own destinies, to rise above adversity, and to create a life filled with hope, purpose, and meaning. Moving to Baltimore as a teen, the struggles shifted. My father was strict. Curfews, weekly book reports, high expectations. I felt caged, misunderstood, desperate for freedom. But his discipline was love in disguise, pushing me toward my potential. He made me join the debate team, forcing me to use my voice. Those rules became the structure I needed to grow. The frustration taught me discipline and focus. What felt like constraint was actually a foundation for my future. Freedom isn't the absence of rules. It's the discipline to build your own life, My father's guidance was my trellis, helping me rise above chaos. It took years to appreciate, but it shaped who I became. Sometimes, the things that hold us back are really what help us climb. Growth often comes disguised as challenge. Stepping into the world of television in my early days felt like entering a completely different universe. The bright lights, the bustling studios, the constant pressure. It was all incredibly new and, admittedly, a little intimidating. My early TV jobs were a new challenge, a trial by fire that would shape my perspective and career in ways I couldn't have imagined at the time. I was young, black and a woman, navigating an industry that wasn't exactly designed for someone like me. I quickly realized that my presence alone challenged the status quo. It was a time when the media landscape was overwhelmingly dominated by a single perspective. In a world that wanted me to fit a mold, to conform to expectations that simply weren't reflective of my identity or experiences. I was told to be objective, to present the news in a detached, impartial manner. I was instructed to hide my emotions, to maintain a stoic facade, regardless of the story I was covering. The emphasis was on delivering information, to report the facts without feeling, as if I were a machine rather than a human being. I tried to fit in, to adopt the persona that was expected of me. But it felt like suffocating in a suit 2 sizes too small, a constant struggle to maintain a facade that simply wasn't me. Every day, I felt like a fraud, an imposter pretending to be someone I wasn't. I felt like I was betraying my true self, silencing the very qualities that made me unique. The turning point came when I was demoted to a morning talk show, a move that initially felt like a devastating setback. But what felt like failure became freedom, an unexpected opportunity to redefine myself and my career. I decided to let my real self show, to embrace my personality and perspective without reservation. I started laughing, connecting with guests and the audience on a personal level, and allowing myself to feel and express genuine emotion. And to my surprise, audiences responded to authenticity, not perfection. They connected with my vulnerability and honesty in a way they never had before. My supposed weakness, empathy, my ability to understand and share the feelings of others, became my greatest strength, the very thing that set me apart and allowed me to connect with people on a deeper level. The lesson I learned was profound. Your true voice is your power, the source of your unique ability to connect, inspire, and make a difference. Don't flatten yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Don't dim your light to make others feel comfortable. The world needs your realness, not your mask. It needs your unique perspective, your authentic voice, your genuine self. My career took off, not when I tried to be someone else, but when I embraced who I truly was. It was when I stopped hiding and started connecting, when I allowed myself to be vulnerable and real, that I truly began to thrive. Authenticity isn't a skill to learn. It's not a technique to master. It's the courage to be yourself, to stand tall in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. Your difference is your gift. Embrace it, celebrate it, and share it with the world. The real shift came in Chicago. It was a move that would redefine my path, and ultimately, my purpose. Leaving behind the familiar, I stepped into a new chapter, a new landscape, both physically and emotionally. I found myself hosting what became the Oprah Winfrey Show. It wasn't just another talk show. It was a platform waiting to be discovered, a space where authentic stories could be shared and explored. Little did I know, this venture would become the cornerstone of my life's work. Suddenly, my pain and lessons, all the trials and tribulations I had endured, had a purpose beyond myself. They weren't just personal burdens, they were tools, experiences that could be used to connect with and uplift others. It was a profound realization, a turning point that shifted my perspective entirely. I realized my platform could be a space, not just for entertainment, but for real connection and healing. A place where vulnerability was celebrated and where people could find solace in shared experiences. It was about creating a community built on empathy and understanding. I remember sharing my own story of survival on air, laying bare my vulnerabilities, breaking the silence that often surrounds trauma and pain. It was a daunting step, but one that felt necessary, authentic. That vulnerability created a wave, a ripple effect that spread far beyond the studio walls of understanding and hope. People resonated with the honesty, the raw emotion, and the possibility of overcoming adversity. My purpose wasn't just to entertain, to provide fleeting moments of amusement, but to help people feel seen and less alone. to remind them that they are not isolated in their struggles, that their stories matter. Every struggle I'd faced prepared me for this role, shaping me into the person I needed to be to connect with others on a deeper level. My pain became my power, a source of strength and resilience that fueled my passion for helping others. My story a bridge to others, a testament to the human spirit's capacity for healing and transformation. Purpose is often born from our deepest wounds, from the experiences that have shaped us, challenged us, and ultimately made us stronger. What you've survived, the battles you've fought, and the scars you bear can become your greatest gift to the world, a beacon of hope and inspiration for those who are still struggling. Look to your own story. Delve into the depths of your experiences. Your purpose is hidden there, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be shared. The message you're meant to share, the wisdom you're meant to impart, is the one you've lived, the authentic narrative that has shaped you into the person you are today. Your struggles can light the way for others, illuminating their path and guiding them towards hope, healing, and ultimately, their own unique purpose. We all have scars, some visible, most hidden. We're taught to hide them, to see them as flaws. But our scars are not our shame. They are our strength. Like a bone that heals stronger at the break, our healed wounds make us resilient. Scars are proof we've lived, fought, and healed. My own scars taught me empathy and fueled my passion to empower others. They didn't break me. They broke me open. Our scars are not about what happened to us, but what we do with the pain. Honor your scars. They are your testimony. They map your journey and resilience. Your scars make you uniquely wise and compassionate. They are not signs of brokenness, but of survival. You are stronger in the healed places. We all have a story, and too often we let the hard chapters define us. But what if we saw our struggles as the turning points that revealed our strength? The most inspiring stories are never about perfection. They're about overcoming. Your challenges make your story powerful and relatable. On my show, the most moving moments came from people sharing their real, unvarnished stories. Their vulnerability gave others hope. Your story has that same power. By owning and sharing it, you offer a lifeline to someone else. Your pain becomes a universal message of hope. Don't underestimate your narrative. It's your most authentic tool for connection. Your story is your strength. We imagine purpose as something to find out there, but it's usually right here, woven into our struggles. Purpose is the thread connecting our most challenging experiences. Look back. What did you learn from your hardest moments? The qualities you forged in adversity are often the key to your purpose. Great leaders' purposes were born from their deepest wounds. My own drive to empower others came from feeling voiceless as a child. The wound creates the opening for the light. Stop searching. Start reflecting. Your purpose is whispering in the echoes of your past. It's hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to claim it. Storms will come. Life is a series of seasons. The goal isn't to avoid hardship, but to become rooted in strength and purpose. Embracing the climb means seeing difficulty as preparation, not punishment. Growth happens on the steepest parts of the journey. When challenges arise, pause and ask, what is this here to teach me? This shift turns you from victim to student, opening you to growth. Walk forward with an open heart, ready for life's lessons. Own your story and use it to light the way for others. You are stronger than you think, and your life has purpose. Through every challenge, you become the fullest version of yourself.